President William Ruto continues to promote his development agenda in Kabete. New evidence emerges in long-running Shakahola case as one suspect narrates his role in the tragedy. And in sports, football stakeholders collaborate with FKF to strengthen and nurture football talent at the grassroots level.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Yvonne Kemuma.
Well, on the sign language interpretation is Francis Onkinyi. Do engage with us on X at KUTV_Kenya, at Kemuma_Monari. We are streaming live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya. Let's begin. Now, the Nyanza region continued to serve as a stronghold for the opposition today as leaders intensify political tours across Kisii and Nyamira counties. While criticizing the Kenya Kwanza government, DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua accused Kisii Governor Simba Arati of allegedly sponsoring criminals to disrupt opposition activities.
The united opposition lay a fiery display in Kisii and Nyamira counties.
Msemaji Bonoko anasema Tirigiji asikuje Kisii. Hapa ni kwake? Hapa ni wapi?
In a double salvo hit, DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua promises former boss William Ruto a tough contest in the next general election.
Kwa huyu Kasongo anasema Tirigiji atokagi mlimani. Hapa ni Nyandarua. Hapa ni Kirinyaga, hapa ni Nyeri, hapa ni Meru, hapa ni kaunti gani?
While at the same time, sharply criticized Kisii Governor Simba Arati.
Hapa ni kaunti gani? Rigiji amefika hajafika? Wewe Arati utadu.
Arati came under fire, intense political attacks, going his way with a promise to dim his political future in retaining the county seat amid accusations of financing goons.
Unachaguliwa na watu ya Kisii, siku kubwa ya ndugu yako akifanywa mfalme wa Bogusi, unapanga wakora kuja kupiga ndugu yako nyumbani. Wewe umepewa na pesa na Kasongo, kichwa imeharibika.
Tufikirie mambo ya kuleta manufaa kwa watu wetu na maendeleo kwa watu wetu. Badala ya kutumia pesa kununulia wale watoto chang'aa, lipa school fees na hiyo pesa. Badala ya kupeleka watu waende kupiga machogu mawe kwa barabara, hiyo pesa enda ulipe school fees kwa sababu kuna watoto wetu ambao wanahitaji fees. Ama namna gani?
The opposition convoy continued pitching camp across Nyanza, urging residents to vote out the Kenya Kwanza administration in the upcoming polls.
Aende asiende. Ni musaliti si musaliti. Wangapi wanasema Simba akue one term.
The opposition has pledged to sustain nationwide rallies, spreading its message against President William Ruto's government.
Ni mko pamoja na wengine ambao wanasema Ruto ni one term. Wangapi wanasema ni one term? Acha tuone mkono, tuone. Hata wale wako Amerikani hata hawataki kusikia malize one term.
While positioning itself as the alternative solution to address Kenyans' concerns.
Kenya pipeline, umeuza Safaricom, umeuza airport, that is your record ambayo Wakenya watajaji wewe naye. Si ndio?
Manuel Kutosi, KUTV.
Well, President William Ruto has defied his administration's other opposition leaders, saying that his government will focus on development. Take a look.
Yes, that the government remains committed. President William Ruto has assured Kenyans that the government remains committed to delivering equitable development across the country. Speaking in Kabete during the inspection of an ongoing affordable housing project, the president said his administration will focus on implementing development programs rather than engaging critics opposed to government policies.
Hii Kenya, wale wanatupigia makelele, watu wa vitimbi na ukabila na chuki, hatutawajibu. Hii affordable housing itajibu hawa, markets itajibu hawa, hawa vijana walio kazini ndio watawajibu wale. Ati wale wanatuambia ati wanataka hii affordable housing isimamishwe. Mimi nakuuliza wewe kiongozi, watoto wako wako na mahali ya kuishi, wewe uko na chakula, familia yako iko na mahali ya kuishi, unataka hawa watoto wa Wakenya wengine waende wapi ukisema ati hii affordable housing isimamishwe?
Additionally, the president expressed optimism about the continued implementation of the affordable housing program over the next 20 years.
Unajua hiyo Singapore ilikuwa slum kama Kibera. Leo Singapore ni first world. Manyumba iko gorofa 35, 36. Na hiyo manyumba ya Singapore haikumea, ilijengwa na vijana kama nyinyi. Vile mnavyojenga hapa ndio Singapore walijenga. Na vile tunafanya hapa tutaingia first world kwa mapenzi ya Mungu in this generation.
He assured citizens that the housing program is being implemented responsibly, stating that the government is not relying on excessive.
Hii manyumba yote tunajenga Kenya, hakuna deni ya mtu tumekopa. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Na mimi nilisema tutakomesha mambo ya kutafuta madeni kiholela. Tumepunguza mambo ya madeni. Tumehakikisha ya kwamba we are living within our means.
Reflecting on earlier campaign promises, the head of state told Kabete residents that job creation remains central to his agenda, adding that the affordable housing initiative has already provided employment opportunities to nearly 500,000 young people across the country.
Well, moving on, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has reaffirmed the government's place in various strategies to ensure development and employment for the youth across the country. Take a look.
To ease the burden on millions of Kenyans struggling with joblessness and to curb the increasing migration of youth seeking work overseas, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki assured the nation that the government has put in place comprehensive plans designed to expand employment opportunities for young people.
And this is the first time we have a comprehensive, deliberate, intentional job and income creation program. In the past, we used to talk about joblessness, unemployment, and then we have scattered approaches which are not quantified and so forth. This is the first time we have a multi-pronged strategy for creating jobs and income opportunities, and we want now to aggregate this information into one information package.
Speaking earlier today, the Deputy President emphasized that the government has crafted targeted programs to unlock jobs across multiple sectors of the economy. These efforts are intended to significantly reduce the number of unemployed youth.
There are 5 streams for job and income creation.
He revealed that part of the solution lies in public service recruitment, stating that in order to achieve that, the government plans to hire more teachers, healthcare workers, and security personnel, creating immediate employment while strengthening essential services.
Under this administration.
Kindiki further highlighted strategic investment in the technology sector as a key pillar of the employment agenda. By equipping young people with digital skills, the government aims to open doors to online and remote job opportunities, positioning Kenyan youth to compete in the global digital economy. In addition, the government has pledged to strengthen small and medium-sized enterprises by providing young entrepreneurs with access to capital and business training. The goal is
And now from that report, we'll move on to the corridors of justice. That is in regards to the long-running Shakahola massacre case where a 51-year-old man by the name Amanya Ngala has come out to reveal or to confess his role in the whole ordeal. Here's that report. Take a look.
51-year-old Amanya Ngala broke down in court as he recounted losing 6 of his children to starvation at the forest settlement allegedly led by preacher Paul Mackenzie. The follower of Mackenzie-led Good News International Church gave a harrowing testimony about his role in the events that claimed 429 lives.
Mackenzie alikuja akasema alikuwa kwa bafu akiwa anaoga. Alikisikia sauti ikimwambia, Mackenzie, ambia watu wako waanze kufunga, waanze na watoto wadogo. Wafuatishe wanarika. Wanarika. Yeah. Wafuatishe wamama. Alafu wazee. Alafu yeye ndiye atafunga mlango wa mwisho.
Speaking in Mombasa court, Amanya told the Chief Magistrate Alexi Thuku that women were ordered to stop breastfeeding while children who disobeyed fasting were punished, as he personally assisted in digging graves and guarding burials under Mackenzie's supervision.
Wengine walikuwa nashughulika kule Bethlehem na kule Sidon na kule Tiro. Walikuwa area wale wako Galilaya, Samaria na Sikari, watu wachache kiasi. Watu walifunga kweli kweli. Waliingia ikawa sasa hata kuzika Mackenzie hawezi hudhuria zote. Akawaambia sasa kile kitafanyika ama wamezidi sana, nyinyi ni kuomba tu na kufunika. Kuchimba na kufunika. Sasa ikawa kwa sehemu zingine kuchimba ni ngumu. Wakawa naangalia mahali kuna udongo mzuri, wanachimba kaburi moja kubwa, wanaweka watu 5, 6, 8 hata 10 na kitu wanawekwa.
He joined Good News International Church in 2019, drawn to teaching discouraging education, medical care and conventional religious practices, which intensified during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Lakini muda si mwingi, Mackenzie alipiga simu. Yule alikuwa Malinda, alikuwa wapi? Akapiga simu kuambia wana security wa Galilaya, serikali inakuja kuangalia mili mahali watu wamesikwa. Kwa hivyo wale ambao wamesikwa area ya Mackenzie wafukuliwe, watolewe, waende kusikwa kwingine. Na ule tulikuwa tunamuita Baba Esther ya kutoka Sikari. Ya ndio tulisaidiana hiyo kufukua mili.
As Mackenzie's trial in Mombasa continues, justice for 429 Shakahola victims remain at stake as more continues to be unraveled on the thirst of faith that ended in death and terror. Atenka Negunda, KUTV.
Now, for several weeks now, streets and in towns such as Nanyuki have been engulfed in darkness, placing residents and traders in a difficult situation. Locals are complaining about declining business and rising cases of nighttime robbery, blaming the county government for what they claim is delayed payment of electricity bills. However, county officials say a permanent solution is being sought, explaining that the transition to a new smart metering system has largely contributed to the problem.
Streets that once remained lit until midnight are now covered in pitch darkness. In Nanyuki town and other urban areas of Laikipia County, street lights have been off for an extended period, leaving residents living in fear. Business owners say their earnings have dropped, with customers worrying about moving at night. Additionally, cases of robbery and crime have reportedly increased, with residents calling for urgent action.
Nanyuki hatuna light security rights na kama county government walikuwa wanasema tutoe hizo mataa, kusema ya kwamba ukienda mahali hautaona hata shimo hata kidogo juu security lights hapa hakuna.
Despite admitting existence of the issue, the Laikipia Chief Officer in charge of Infrastructure and Urban Development, Mwangi Gishuki, explained that the blackout is linked to the installation of new smart meters by the Kenya Power and Lightning Company, KPLC.
Production ya smart meters inagongana na mipango yetu kwa sababu kama inavyojulikana ni kwamba kulipa stima tukiwa na pesa kwa bajeti tunapata kwamba pesa hizi wakati mwingine zinachukua muda.
According to him, the county has paid over 20 million shillings since October last year. However, the lengthy payment process through the National Treasury has resulted in electricity disconnections without prior notice.
Ningetaka kuwasihi washikadau hasa mahakama, wakati watu wanaposhikwa wakiwa wameiba vifaa vya stima waweze kushtakiwa sio tu kwa makosa haya madogo madogo, lakini tutumie Energy Act ili jambo hili lichukuliwe kama economic.
As a temporary measure, the county has purchased a specialized vehicle to lift technicians for the repair of damaged or vandalized street lights. At the same time, plans are underway to invest in solar-powered street lighting as a long-term solution.
Tunataka kuona mataa ikirudi katika tauni yetu, irudi kutoka Ishuga, irudi kutoka Baraka, irudi kutoka Thingithu Estate, irudi kutoka huko Rikie, ili watu wetu waendelee kufanya biashara.
All eyes are now on the county leadership to see whether the promise to restore light in the streets will be fulfilled and residents' daily practices restored. Caroline Kimwele, KUTV.
Thank you, Caroline Kimwele, for that particular report. For now, we will move to our first break here on the bulletin, and then on the other end, we will be back with more reports.
We know life gets busy, but your well-being is of great importance. At KUTV's Focus on Health, we cut through the clutter, bringing you expert advice to keep you well informed for your well-being and that of your family. Every Thursday, 7:30 p.m., join me, Yvonne Kemuma, as we bring you health and wellness right at home.
On this episode of Fashion Diaries.
I'm thinking of moving more to the artistic side of fashion.
It is always a pleasure, actually, because this is not the first time. It's actually like the second time wearing the Ivy's designs.
They feel very special because without me, I don't think ingefanyika.
They feel, why should I do it at 50%? Why can't it be 100%?
On Fashion Diaries.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mukwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu mwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia.
They find it quite strange talking to you.
You should just make schools integrated.
Inclusive setups.
By providing the right facilities.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Yvonne Kemuma.
And welcome back. We continue the broadcast with Francis Okinyi. Engage with us on X at KUTV_Kenya, at Kemuma_Monari. Let's continue now. As the crackdown by the Law Society of Kenya LSK is ongoing, 2 suspected quack lawyers have been arrested in Malindi during an enforcement operation targeting individuals illegally practicing law following public complaints and inspections by the Society's Practice Standards Committee.
Two suspected quack lawyers have been arrested in Malindi during a crackdown by the Law Society of Kenya LSK, where the nationwide operation, prompted by public complaints, targeted individuals illegally practicing law using fraudulent credentials. The operation was led by Steve Mugwa, a council member of the Practice Standard Committee, who inspects suspected illegal law firms, saying the 2 suspects had allegedly posed as advocates for over 5 years using stamps belonging to genuine lawyers without their knowledge.
And it's so unfortunate that these persons have been running these offices for quite some time now, more than 5 years, and we have recovered many documents which they have been preparing, ranging from conveyancing, court documents, using advocate stamps, and most of these advocates don't even know that their stamps are being used by this unqualified person. So it is a warning we want to put out to all persons who have been operating in these guys, that the LSK is very vibrant and very vigilant, especially on inspections of these masqueraders, and we shall continue working with police officers.
10 quack lawyers have been arrested since the crackdown began 2 years ago, with the LSK Malindi branch chairman Garama Kiponda urging victims to report cases while advising the public to verify lawyers' credentials with LSK.
Tumegundua kuwa wengi wanaotangazwa kuwa ni mawakili hapa sio mawakili. So mkijitokeza vile mnajitokeza kwa social media kuandika na mkuje muandike statement kwa sababu tunataka kuwachukulia hatua, mtakuwa mmetusaidia kwa kiwango cha juu sana. Na ingine ni kutoa tu onyo kwa wale wanaoendelea kuwa tuko na hii kandarasi na tutawafikia. Tunaweza kuwa tujawafikia leo, lakini tutawafikia tu. Asante.
The Law Society of Kenya has vowed to sustain the enforcement drive, calling on Kenyans to confirm advocate certification and report any suspicious practitioners to relevant authorities. Atenka Negunda, KUTV.
Now, the government has launched preparations for the construction of the standard gauge railway SGR from Naivasha, extending to Kisumu and Malaba, a project expected to bring major transformation in passenger and cargo transportation. The construction, scheduled to begin officially in March this year, aims to link Western Kenya to international markets through Uganda while contributing to economic growth, job creation, and infrastructure development. Business operators and residents anticipate reduced transportation costs and increased local trade.
National Land Commission will be able to highlight on us, on the issues, on the areas that we need to work together so that the pubs who are affected can provide the necessary information.
Recalibrate trade efficiency, reduce logistics costs, and reposition entire regions within national and global value chains. The extension toward Kisumu and onward to Malaba carries similar, if not greater, promise to the Lake region and our hinterland.
There will be a great future once we have this SGR. His Excellency the President is very, very committed, and I say this from a point of knowledge, that he is very committed to achieve this project before August 2027.
Now, the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, Mutahi Kagwe, has called on government officials and stakeholders in the agricultural sector to abandon a culture of suspicion towards investors and instead promote a friendly investment climate. Speaking during a two-day meeting of the Coastal Counties Forum held at a hotel in the coastal region, Kagwe emphasized the importance of streamlining programs, eliminating bureaucracy, and establishing stable policies that will encourage long-term investment.
I want to persuade the counties to be very passionately involved in attracting private sector into their areas and getting them to work. Hotels, agriculture, whatever it takes, private sector is who we should be partnering with and fusing private sector. That is how America was built.
Us as JKP and the COG, first, we have presented our case to the IGRTC, and we are calling on the governors of that region for a conversation. Eventually, we need the president to agree on a water protocol for the River Tana, because it will help you to sustain your
It changes us to reimagine agriculture not merely as subsistence, but as a powerful engine of commercialization, value addition, regional trade, job creation, and shared prosperity.
Now, in the sporting arena, efforts to nurture grassroots football talent and open doors opportunity for young players are ongoing, with the Kenya Federation FKF Machakos branch launching a unique program aimed at improving talent identification and increasing participation of more teams in national and international competition. Akida Kasim has more on that.
As many young talents continue to remain undiscovered due to financial constraints and the lack of structured competitions, new hope is emerging in Machakos County. The Football Kenya Federation FKF Machakos branch has rolled out a special program to strengthen grassroots football, improve talent scouting, and provide young players with a platform to showcase their abilities at both national and international levels. Speaking in Machakos town, FKF Machakos chairman Nur Abdi stated that collaboration between the federation and sponsors will ensure teams receive financial support, uniforms, and essential equipment to enhance competitiveness.
You want kuwe na training ya coaching courses, ya refereeing courses, ya administration as a club. Pia club pia zinafaa kuwa na structure ya kurun club zao.
The remarks comes after sports stakeholder and captain Irene Ndano pledged to sponsor more than 250 teams through the Captain Irene Cup tournament, a move expected to revolutionize football in the country.
To be able to run a successful tournament, I will depend on their full cooperation and partnership, which wameshanipatia already. So I expect wao watanipatia referees, wata-officiate matches, now just to make sure that the whole tournament goes and turns out. I saw an opportunity to do something bigger and better, and why not? So ndio nikaamua kufanya hii football. And I mean, right now, football is really big. And nimeona youth wa Machakos wanapenda football.
Beyond nurturing talent, the tournament also aims to keep young people away from drug abuse and other social vices, while creating employment and income generating opportunities through football. Akida Kasim, KUTV.
Well, that is all the time we had for you tonight on this particular broadcast. Many thanks for choosing KUTV to keep you informed. My good name is Yvonne Kemuma. On the sign language interpretation was Francis Okinyi. On behalf of the entire team behind this production, led by the director Milton Conchela, I do wish you a good night.